Hi, my name is D'Artagnan Hayward. I'm currently living in Columbia, Maryland. My wife, Joy Hayward, and I have an itinerant ministry. You can find us at www.djhm.org, where we encourage others to live life according to Jesus Christ. If you're ever in the Maryland area, you can come and fellowship with us at Spirit of Faith Christian Center, where our pastors are Dr. Mike and Dee Dee Freeman. Joy and I have decided to partner with Apparel with a Purpose. And very briefly, I'd like to talk to you about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The gospel, the good news according to Matthew, is actually written by someone who's a tax collector, someone who keeps very good records. So it's a reason why he's the one who's able to bridge the gap from the Old Testament to the New Testament. And he's writing specifically to a Jewish audience. He's letting them know that the Messiah has come and has filled a great number of prophecies that they should be aware of. If you're one who likes a great history and likes a story that connects and bridges gaps, then the good news, or the gospel according to Matthew, may be the mock gospel just for you. Mark, he wasn't one of the original 12 apostles like Matthew was. Mark is actually the companion or the friend of Peter, who was one of the 12 original apostles. And Mark gives us a perspective that's very specific. And he goes from key point to the next key point. He goes from action to action to action. Mark's writing style is very direct. And he's letting us know that the Messiah is a servant. And he's one who goes from one servant act to the next servant act to the next servant act. If you're one who likes an action-packed movie, or you like a really good book, but you love the Cliff Notes because it's quick, then the gospel, or the good news, according to Mark, may be the gospel for you. The gospel, according to Luke, the good news, according to Luke. He falls in the same category as Mark. He wasn't one of the original 12 apostles who actually walked with Jesus. Luke was actually the physician of Paul. And guess what? Paul wasn't one of the original 12 apostles either. But he gives us a perspective that paints 23 to about 25% of the New Testament. And Luke was a Gentile. Luke wasn't a person who was born in Jewish tradition, but Luke was able to write in such a way that covered great details, likely because he was a scholar and a physician. So he goes into great detail about giving this case and painting this picture that it'll be very hard to end up refuting. So if you like a great story that's drawn out and gives great detail, then the good news, according to Luke, may be the gospel for you. Those three gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, are known as synoptics because all the stories they write are so parallel to one another for the accounts that they give about Jesus. And they corroborate each other's perspective. But we also have the good news according to John. And John gives us a perspective as being, just like Matthew, one of the 12 apostles who actually walked with Jesus. But what set him apart is that he was a part of Jesus' inner circle, which included Peter and James, as well as himself. So John is able to come out and boldly say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He's able to say that the Word became flesh and dwelled among us as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. He's able to let us know that Jesus is the Word. Jesus is the Son of God, and Jesus is the light, because he spent intimate time with Jesus. So, I recommend reading all the Gospels, but knowing the perspective from which they're writing allows you to understand how uniquely they all can speak to you. If you like a history lesson, if you want something very quick and action-packed, if you want something that gives you a detailed perspective, or you want to read the one who lets you boldly know who Jesus is, read them all. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All the Gospels are for you.